Good morning. Welcome to Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig. I am Dan.
And I'm Craig, and that was a really weird start.
Two Scoops.
You're watching Two Scoops Morning News with Dan and Craig, your sunrise reminder that things could get worse, so laugh at them while you still can.
That's right. It is the world's earliest show.
This is the world's earliest show.
I've got nothing. Welcome to the thing where we sometimes talk about the things in the news on Tuesdays and Thursdays or whenever we feel like it. Craig, Why?
Why are you holding your microphone like you're like in a band or something?
I am in a band, and I like to present myself as such, and this is how vocalists hold microphones. Actually, it's more like this. It's like this. I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
It's horrendous. So everything you've done over the last like 2 weeks has been just money grubbing for your band that you supposedly are putting out new music for after like 20 years. It's like you're in high school again, but you're not in high school, and you're like, I'm gonna even like hold my microphone like I'm in a band, so when Craig asks this question, I can promote my band again.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway, this is the stand that fell apart for reals this week. It's bent to almost a 45-degree angle, but it is dead, and I forgot about that until about 3 minutes before we were supposed to do this, so I am making do today, and hopefully I will have the new one installed before my show tomorrow, and hopefully I don't forget again. But, Craig, I hear what?
Like 12. It takes 12 seconds to put one of those stands up.
Yeah, but the new one is going to like mount into the desk, and I need to do some work with it. So, because the desk is like doesn't have anywhere that can clamp easily, and the reason why that one's all bent out of shape is because it was stretched over quite a ways for several years, so it gave up. Anyway, who cares about my mic stand? Go listen to my band at the Dawn Retreat on Twitter. That's what we're here to promote. But, Craig, you sent me a link last night, and I totally forgot that today is Tuesday because Tuesday always comes after Monday. But you sent me the link of AI can read your mind or something like that, right? Is that...
Yeah.
I was half asleep when I read it, and I didn't actually read the article. So that's the setup that I've got for you. Take it away, Craig.
Thanks. Thank you for that segue. You're like, hey, you have this article about a thing. Read it.
Yeah. You know how we do that thing? Do that thing. Nope, not that one.
That's not it.
There you go.
That's the one. Scientists can now read your mind. That's it. That's the story.
Nice.
AI turns people's thoughts into text in real time. Now, do you see how this could possibly be a problem? Just out
Not even a little bit. No.
Not even close.
Nope.
Like,
I want robots to read my thoughts at all times and broadcast them to the entire world.
Now, why would you of all the scientific trials you're going to sign up for, why would you sign up for this one specifically? I'd be like, nope.
Fuck that shit. You ain't reading my thoughts.
The shit that might make me lose my hair, that's fine. The stuff that might give me like blood clots, sure, that's cool. But reading my mind, no, I'm out. That's where I'm drawing the line. I'm not testing that. Because
is there an amount of money that it would take to get you to let the robots read your brain?
There's probably an amount of money that I would do just about anything for certain amounts of money, like literally anything. If
murder your children,
if anybody's offering literally anything.
How much would you murder your children for?
Oh, a couple thousand.
Nice. CD says, "I'm so happy you're here." We're so happy you're here, CD. Thanks for being here. Making do? I don't know what that means. He needs to figure out, from Derek Ambrose, he needs to figure out how exactly to operate a drill. That is probably accurate. Very accurate, yes.
Yeah, that's a difficult task. I mean,
Somebody in the comments said I'm not a manly man. Now that really hurts my feelings. Anyway, Craig, tell us more about the robots.
Mind-reading technology can now transcribe people's thoughts into real time based on blood flow in their brain. A study put 3 people in MRI machines and got them to listen to stories. For the first time, researchers claim they produced a rolling text of people's thoughts and not just single words or sentences without using a brain implant. The mind reading technology didn't exactly replicate the stories, but captured the main points. Well, isn't that what people's brains are gathering, is just the main points of the stories? Do people actually read the entire story and comprehend it?
Yes.
Or do they scroll through? Oh. The breakthrough raises concerns about mental privacy. Gee, no shit. As it could be the first step in...
And Craig's gone. As it could be the first step in something. I'm not sure why Craig's screen is still here, but Craig is not here. Craig, how did your screen stay here and you disappear?
I don't know. The breakthrough raises concerns about
I'm just
mental
going to pretend
privacy.
like that didn't happen, huh? That's cool.
As
All
it
right.
could be the first step in being able to eavesdrop on other thoughts. Using technology similar to ChatGPT, which we haven't had any concerns about that, the technology also interpreted what people were seeing when they watched silent films or their thoughts as they imagined telling a story. So here's a person getting an MRI. I doubt it has anything to do with the experiment. They probably just found a stock photo of an MRI.
Yes.
And there's a stock photo of an MRI.
I'm not seeing your screen, actually. Well, I've got your screen here, but it's not moving. If you're scrolling, it's not moving.
I'm scrolling. It's probably stuck. Yeah, let's try. Let's try this. Let's try it again. Oh, that's
There
your
we go.
screen. There it is.
MRI.
There's the stock photo of an MRI machine.
Yep.
There's the stock photo of an MRI.
I'm convinced. Very sciencey.
Researchers point out that it took 16 hours of training with someone listening to podcasts in an MRI machine for the computer model to understand their brain patterns and interpret what they were thinking.
I need to know which podcasts they were listening to.
Probably yours. Probably.
I would not recommend letting somebody scan your brain while listening to my podcast.
No, you probably go to jail. People were also able to sabotage the technology using methods like mentally listening to animal names to stop it from reading their thoughts. So was it reading the animal names, though? Because it's still reading their thoughts. It's just...
Wait, are these animal names like dog, cat, yada yada,
No,
or is it like
Jerry,
Steve, Bill, Chad, whatever? I mean, animals can be named whatever you want.
I know they need to be more specific in this article. This is kind of leaving a lot to interpretation.
Yeah.
Jerry Tang, lead author of the study from the University of Texas at Austin, said he could not prove a false sense of security, that the technology might not have the potential to eavesdrop on people's thoughts in the future, and said it could.
Of course it will. That's the only thing that it was created to do.
Yes.
That is its one job, is to eavesdrop on your thoughts.
Why else would you need to read people's thoughts? Unless it's
we made the technology to read people's thoughts, but our biggest concern is that it might read people's thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, Stephen Hawking would have had a better time communicating, wouldn't have had to use his eyeballs at the CSA machine. But
oh man, if we had this technology back then, we would have realized what that guy was really saying, and not like the controlled things that were typed for him by actual living people.
Yes.
It like they'd attach it to Stephen Hawking's brain. It's just like, kill me now, kill me, please kill me now. Yeah, that man was controlled opposition. That's my point.
He was. He absolutely was. So Jerry Tang is saying we haven't figured out how this could possibly not be misused now. Is basically what he said. He says we take very serious the concerns that it could be used for bad purposes. We take it so seriously that we continue to develop it. And we want to dedicate a lot of time moving forward to try to avoid that.
It's like Elon Musk warning us about AI. AI is going to destroy us all. I tried to stop them, but since I couldn't stop them, I'm going to make bank off of it.
Well, he's creating the good AI to stop the bad AI.
Right, sure.
Obviously. I think right now, while the technology is in such an early state, it's important to be proactive and get a head start on enacting policies that protect people's mental privacy, giving people a right to their thoughts and their brain data. We want to make sure that people only use these when they want to, and that it helps them, because that's what's happening with big data right now. We are only giving up our data over our social media apps and through our phones and stuff only when we want to, because we clicked the "don't steal my privacy" button, because they're not still stealing our privacy. Do you know what's really scary? My wife sent me a video yesterday of
That is scary.
yes, it was extremely scary. It popped up on her Facebook. It's like, "Here, watch this. We made this video for you." And it was just a montage of our dead dog that died 2 years ago, set
We
to
thought
some,
you'd like
like,
to remember this.
cheesy dog music.
Is it
And
that? What is the music from? The old dog shelter sad
no,
commercials.
it wasn't, Sarah McLachlan.
Wings of an
Um,
angel or something like that.
yes. No, it was, dun 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 dun, rough, 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 rough. That's what it was. Um, but the scary part was, yes, it picked out all these photos, like, intelligently of our dead dog, but didn't pick out any of the photos of our current dogs that we have plenty of too. It specifically focused on our dead dog. And well, she sent me that, and I was like, "Oh, did you make that?" She's like, "I don't know how to make this." I was like, "Did Facebook really make that for you?" She's like, "Yes, it did." I was like,
Did
"That's
Facebook
really
make a
cool."
dead dog montage to
It
brighten up
did.
your day?
Yes. A
Thank you,
dog that died
robots.
years ago, no less. It's like, "Thanks for reminding us of that." Oh,
Wow.
so yeah, would they wanna make sure this brain reading shit is only used when you want it to, but Amazon can know what you want to buy, like, before you've even discussed buying it with somebody, like, in pop-up ads on your Facebook, but no, they're gonna use this for good.
They're gonna be selling you shit in your sleep.
Let's see. Silicon is very interested in mind reading technology, which could one day allow people to type just by thinking the words they want to communicate. How lazy are freaking people?
Yeah. Yeah. It was bad enough that this is the merging of AI and humanity, obviously. The what's it called? Whatever. When we went from speaking verbally to everything in text, it was like, all right, well, that's a little cold and harder to communicate effectively. Now it's like, well, you can do both at the same time. You can communicate everything you want to say in your brain, and you're basically just thinking into each other's brains. And what could possibly go wrong with that?
R- Well, I don't know if you've ever like gone to type a text and you're sitting there like trying to figure out how to word it because you don't want to sound like a douchebag.
Yeah,
Well, you're gonna sound like a douchebag every time now.
right out the
Every
gate.
time. Elon says Elon Musk's company Neuralink is working on a brain implant which could provide direct communication with computers. But the new technology is relatively unusual in its field, in reading thoughts without using any kind of brain implant, so that no surgery is required. Except you got to be in an MRI machine. So how, like, are you going to text from an MRI machine?
You have to be in an MRI machine for this stuff to
Yeah,
work on your brain.
right.
Is this
Right now,
Have we explained like how this works? Does it attach to your head to read your brain, or is it the
well,
MRI that is reading your brain?
right now the MRI scans you, and then the Chat GBT type AI reads the MRI scan and checks out your
Yeah.
brainwave. Says while
Nice.
currently it requires a bulky, expensive MRI machine, in the future people might wear patches on their head which uses waves of light to penetrate into the brain and provide information on blood flow. This could allow people's thoughts to be detected as they move around.
Wow. And
That's
we've
gonna be
got the man there, Elon Musk, who's working on the Neuralink. So pretty soon we won't even need the patches. We'll just get the monkey chip instead.
yes, exactly. So why wear patches when you can just directly implant the patch into your skull?
Are we done here?
Derek,
Because that's a good segue into my shit.
yes, yes, go.
Okay. So did you hear about the Mark of the Beast?
Is it Elon Musk Neuralink brain chip, or is it a patch now? Do we have a
Oh,
patch version of Mark of the Beast?
This was going around this week, and I think it's fake. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's fake. It might not be fake. I don't know. I haven't dug into it enough, but I'll show you the first video, and then I'll show you why I think it's fake.
And it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need.
Stop yelling at
I
me.
put a microchip in my arm, and it's the best thing ever. This chip is a powerhouse. It's got everything I need. A credit card, my ID, my medical info, and even my keys. And when it's time for groceries, you just tap your wrist and bam! Transaction done. It's like magic. In a medical emergency, it can save my life. Experts can easily identify me and my medical history. I feel like a sci-fi character, and I'm loving it. This amazing chip is totally free. That's right, no more digging into your pockets. And the best part, the surgery is quick. They'll give you a cookie afterwards. I put a
It's like the vaccine all over again.
I mean,
Hey guys, get this vaccine and you get free donuts. Ooh,
that
I'm
cookie is
hungry.
tempting. Yeah. Now, yeah, I fell for it. Here's the thing. It is fake, I believe, but it's
But
also
it's not.
coming down the pipe real fast,
It is.
and it's very believable for a reason. But the reason why I think it's fake is because, like, within the next couple days, she put out 2 more TikToks, and here's how those went. And they're not going to play it because Twitter's gay. 1 second.
Twitter is gay.
All right.
email and multiple missed calls from the government and a pharmaceutical rep. They told me to take down the post and warned me that there will be dire consequences if I didn't. But I refused, knowing my rights and determined to share this information with you. Police stations turned me away. Homeless shelters cannot accept me. Ubers and taxis cannot pick me up. I'm completely alone. If you can see this video, please share it.
So her microchip apparently got turned off within 24
has
hours. Here's
Government has
another one.
frozen my bank account, and it could freeze yours too. You have to listen to my story quick and fast because time is running out. A few days ago, I made a post on social media about a danger of having a chip implanted in my arm. I thought I was exercising my right to free speech. This morning, I woke up only to find that the video I posted was gone, and it was just the beginning of the nightmare. As I was trying to pay for my coffee, the microchip in my arm stopped working. I couldn't even pay for anything. And when I got back to my apartment, it locked me out too. Everything was in there, including my cat Misty. This is why I posted this video as a warning and a plea for help.
Yeah, nah, I'm not buying it. Like, you wore the same shirt all this time and never changed, and you went from
Well, she
being the
hasn't been
world's
able to
greatest
confirm-
advocate for this new thing to warning of the dangers and government shutting you down and locking you out within 24 hours. I'm not buying it.
No, she got locked out of her apartment, so she couldn't get a new shirt to put on.
Oh.
The government locked her out of her apartment, her bank accounts, her credit cards,
She
everything.
got the microchip, then she went out to film her first video in that shirt, and then on her way back, she's like, "Well, shit. Now I can't get back in. I guess I'll just keep making TikToks." And in
They
the
did
second one, she
lock her
said,
out of TikTok.
right. In the second one, she's like, "Homeless shelters won't take me. These people won't take." Like, did you get homeless in the last 24 hours? Like, why are you what? Like, you went from this is the world's greatest technology to trying to get into homeless shelters and being turned away within 24 hours. I don't know.
She got locked out of her apartment. Where is she supposed to go?
Right. But a part of me wants to believe it because it's very believable, especially given the fact that she's allegedly in Australia where, humanity goes to die. And I don't know, like, if the first one is believable because all of this is believable, and if this is her trolling as a joke to warn people of the dangers of the obvious thing that is coming down the pipe, then good on her, but it seems like just attention whorishness.
Well, it is attention whorishness, but it is also probably accurate of what's coming down the pike, because that's what's going to happen. And she is I would believe it more if she didn't say she was in Australia and said she was in China, because that's basically
Why? Because she looks Asian? Is that it, Craig?
That's
Would it be
mostly
more believable because there's no Asians in Australia?
Have you ever seen an Asian in Australia? To be
Not
honest,
once. Not once.
exactly.
Mostly because Australia isn't real.
That's true too. Now, China is a nice country where they they push. It's like the trial run for all this crazy, stupid, like
Social
control
credit
your.
shit.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
control everything about your life because they have like a couple people over there to try it on in like mass quantities, and they already have the dictatorial type government over there to like nobody's gonna question it and be like, well, why would they allow their government to do this? It's like because it's fucking China. If they started it over here, we'd be like, why do we let our government do this? And people would be like, I thought we were a democracy, which that went out the window decades ago. But over there, nobody's asking, I thought we were a democracy because nobody believes that China's a democracy. But everybody over
Because they're
here,
smart enough to know that democracy doesn't exist.
yes, exactly. All the billionaires over here are looking over at China and they're like, while the government's like, no, China's bad, the billionaires are like, well, they kind of got it good over there. They're people, they can just like
Those are
click
some
a
good
button.
ideas you guys have over there.
A lot of good ideas.
We don't like those ideas because those are bad people that we should be going to war with, but they do make a lot of good points about keeping their people in line.
We just want to go to war with them for their technology.
Yes. Yejid says, that's Jay's. YYYJ says, the mRNA technology synchronizes with the body to give vitality reports and card balances. mRNA is the mark.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
Probably. I don't know. I don't care anymore.
Well, then you shoot the 5G at it, then it starts like dancing around in your body. And
I mean, with all this stuff, do we bring back the literal tinfoil hats because they are creating technology to read your brain and microchips and things.
We definitely need the tinfoil hats. I don't know.
Go to projecttinfoil.com and get your tinfoil hat of the future today.
I was gonna say, are you still peddling that shit?
Yes.
I mean, those awesome hats.
Yes. Yes, I am.
CD says they'll be the first in the West to test out chips. Oh, Australia. Australia is a literal police state. I thought she was talking about Asians at first.
Well, yeah. They are the lab rats. I mean, whoever has the most authoritarian government will be the lab rats to test out all future technology, I'm sure. But, yeah, I mean, we're all being manipulated and brainwashed by social media as it is. Let's just take one more step down that slippery slope to hell.
That's why we need RFK Jr. for president, because he's against 5G.
I will vote for RFK as VP if he runs under Joe Exotic.
Now, here, what if Donald Trump runs with RFK Jr. for VP? Would you vote for them?
Oh, that would be real tempting. I would have would I vote for it? It would depend on what happens over the next year for all things. If somebody else stepped up that I actually really believed in, then great. But that would be a hard ticket not to vote for. I'm not going to lie.
It would be, because just imagine the shit show that would be. You'd have
just a combo R and D, but it's like an R that's not really an R and a D that's not really a D, and they're just kind of like, fuck it candidates.
It's not a D in today's D world, but he's like what they used to call Kennedy Democrats. He's literally a Kennedy Democrat. Like he like believes the things that the Democrats supposedly used to believe in, like no war. Yeah, that's a good thing. Don't censor people. Yeah, like democratic values he supposedly believes in. But
don't
just
force injections of microchips into people.
Yes, that too. Just picture this though. You have a somewhat educated conspiracy theorist that has like some backings and stuff, like he will like present his reasoning and his supposed proof and stuff with whatever evidence. And then you have Donald Trump, who's like, Q said this thing and he's a really good guy and they're coming after our brains, man. I mean,
yeah,
just
well,
there. And then RFK Jr.'s like, yeah, that, but he's like, no, but Q said it. He's like, but can we get into the, he's like, but Q said it, and that's awesome.
It would be fun to watch, certainly. But I don't think it'll happen for the same reason I don't think a Donald Trump DeSantis ticket could work because of
Because Trump
what you're
cheated.
talking about. Like, RFK was the anti-vaccine guy who wrote the book calling out Dr. Fauci, and Donald Trump was the guy who left Dr. Fauci in his position and then pushed the vaccines and is still talking about the big beautiful vaccine. I don't want to push him on anybody, but I do love them. They're my favorite vaccine. I did that. Like, he's bragging about how he made the vaccine still, and RFK is saying the vaccine's bullshit. So, to my understanding, I don't think it would work.
No, but it would be like what this country deserves.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be the. I don't even want to say what this country needs. The country certainly needs a shake-up ticket, but what this country deserves and needs, obviously, is Joe Exotic 2024. Like, that is obviously what we deserve,
It's
like
true.
hook, line, and sinker. So give the people
Yeah.
what they deserve.
Idiocracy.
I mean, you can, yeah, he's a retard, but he's still more based than 90% of the candidates running for office in any party right now. Like the stuff that he's running on, it's like, I could make an ad for that. I can disagree with you on some other things, but you make some good points. And he's in prison right now, and I would love to see a man who's in prison for being like he is already in the position that Joe Biden should be in. He's in jail for murder, and that is the type of president that we typically prop up and elect or steal votes for or whatever. And he just fits the bill, but he's more like on the level.
Yes.
He's already he's already in prison. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Now,
all the rest of these people should be in prison too. He's already there, so he's one step ahead of the curve.
I did find out when Trump was being talked about being indicted that you can technically still run for president from prison. There's nothing in the Constitution that says you can't be president while in prison.
That's correct. That's correct. So if we got any of these people, if we got let's say RFK, Donald Trump in the White House together, how long before they get assassinated?
I found out because I did an episode about RFK. I just did some digging around last night. I did find out that apparently he's got some skeletons in his closet, as most do. One of them being that he did the drugs back in the day. Like he did the pots and some LSD back in the 70s. Can you imagine back 60s?
Well, he's got my vote for more than he did a minute ago.
Well, apparently he pressured his brother at the time to do some dangerous psychedelics. This is what the article says, not me. It was such a boomer article, it's ridiculous. I mean, it called him out for having what did they say? Lust demons.
Lust demons, huh?
Lust demons, yes. I wanted to vote just for the lust demons. But anyway,
Lust demons 2024.
He pressured his brother to do psychedelics, and his brother at the time, while on a crazy trip, turns to Bobby and says, "You're gonna die like Daddy."
I see where this is going.
so I mean, we all know that LSD can give you some enlightenment, and we all know this. I mean, it's just scientifically proven.
I mean, the government proved it with
yes.
MK Ultra. So,
and so I fully stand by RFK Jr. will be assassinated, and not only
you stand
that,
by it. What does that mean exactly?
I support.
You endorse it? No, we do not endorse the assassination of anyone on this show, but for the joke's sake, yes. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you know RFK Jr.? So this is the one thing I have against RFK Jr. He endorsed Hillary Clinton for New York Senate in 2000.
Oof. That's the most damning evidence I've heard so far.
After she single-handedly murdered his cousin, who is also running for New York senator.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig more into this man. I don't trust anybody, and I'll be shocked if this country makes it another year anyway. So it's kind of a moot point. But I'm here to watch it as it goes. You got any final thoughts on the microchips, the marks of the beasts, or that other thing, the brain stuff?
I mean, we need to do more research so this doesn't get into evil hands that it's already in.
Yes, we need to make sure that we don't succeed at what we're trying to do, because what we're trying to do is frightening. That's how that article read. Please, somebody stop us. We're mad with power.
Yes.
So, that being said, and a good place to wrap up this Tuesday morning, Craig, where can people find you and the brain chips that you peddle or something? I don't know.
The pedal brain chips that I do is found at the Break the Bell podcast, which you can find links to at breakthebellpod.com. You can find me all over social media on the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, and somewhere else at the handle at Break the Bell Pod, and listen to it and stuff, or just think about it and you will listen to it, I guess.
That does raise some questions of like, if you're hooked up to this, how long before you're hooked up to this thing that not only reads your brain, but it just pumps the podcast directly into your brain as well?
Or the government like mantras.
You think you're listening to "The System Is Down" in your brain, but you're actually listening to government propaganda. Like the AI version took my voice and changed it into something else and pushes a different. Like we could easily be there within the next year at most.
We could be there now. We could be there right now.
I mean, they've got the technology. You've seen the videos where it's like Joe Rogan talking to Jordan Peterson, and it's just like audio, but it's AI, and they're having this nonsense conversation. If they can do that with Joe Rogan, it is less than a year before they can just take any podcast that they don't like and duplicate it, but twist it and make you think that you're listening to. All right, whatever. You can find the very real podcast, The System Is Down, at thesystemisdown.tv or at TSIDpod on Twitter or wherever The System Is Downs are sold, and jackcaseybooks.com.
That's where you find them, at Jack Casey Books?
jackcaseybooks.com.
Oh, I didn't know you had podcasts at jackcaseybooks.com.
jackcaseybooks.com. This has been jackcaseybooks.com.
This has been Two Scoops Morning News every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 a.m. Central or whenever we feel like it. Until next time, hang in there, America.